Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this lecture here we are going to explain about JavaScript objects. So today here I am going to explain JavaScript object with here we have definitions and with example. Also we will code and show the output with console. So if you understand object, you understand JavaScript. So let's begin. This is here first question, what is a JavaScript object? So here a JavaScript object is a non-primitive data type that allows us to store multiple related values and functions together inside a single variable using key value pairs. Keep in mind, key value pairs and single variable. Got it? Single variable, key value pairs. Then here object help us organize structured data in a meaningful way. Object contain two main things. We have the properties and method. Okay, here which are named values. This properties key value pair, and this is which are function stored as properties values. So here in simple word guys, an object is a container that group related data indexed together. So here we have a real life example. Suppose here think about a smartphone. It has a properties like a brand, models, storage, color, and it has functions like call, take the photo, restart your phones. Different smartphone have the same properties but different values. That's exactly how JavaScript objects work here. So this is about, I think here first one, creating an object literals here. The simplest and most common way to create a JavaScript object is using an object literal. You see, very simple way you have to create your objects here. An object literal, it is a way of defining an object using curly braces. Keep in mind, curly braces with key value pair. This one you have to curly braces, key value pair. You can create your object literals. So here creating an object, that is object literals. So let me explain with example. Yes, we have to create here const smartphone. This is here smart font is equal to inside it here brand name, brand, and that is Apple. Here we have the model iPhone 50. Here right comma storage. This is here 128 GB. Then color blue. So this is here now console.log. Console.log here smartphone. Got it? So here first we have to work on this. Second creating an object. How to create objects using object literal. So this is a const smartphone, and this is your this is your object literal. So here smartphone is an object name. So you see this is your object name. Okay, if someone asks here what is your object name, then you have to tell about this one. This is your smart name, it is a object name. Then here brand, colors, models, storage, colors are properties. The assigned value are the properties values. Here for the brand we have assigned variable, it is values. This is a key and values. And together you can say this is properties. Got it? It is properties. This is first properties, second property, third properties, and fourth properties. Here this is here brand, it is key and its value is Apple. Model, it is a key and its value it is a iPhone 15. Here storage, it is a key and its value it is 128 GB. Color, it is a key and blue, it is a value, and all together you can say that here this color and blue it is properties. Here storage 128 GB properties, model iPhone 15 properties, brand Apple, it is properties, and this is a key and value. So this is a key value pair, key value pair, key value pair, key value pair. And about this one, definitions here. An object literal is a way of defining an object using the curly braces. You see, this is a curly braces. You see, just you have to define a variable. It is equal to using curly braces. So you see here we have curly braces, this one, and inside it here now here we have to write what with key value pairs. That is your object here. This is key value. This is a key value pair. This is a key and its value key value pair. This is key and this is value key value pair. Color key blue is its value, so it is a key value pair. Got it? So you see the definition. An object literal is a way of defining an object. Okay, here we are defining the object. This is your object name. It is what here. This is a smartphone using curly braces. This is curly braces with key value pair. Got it? Here the simplest and most common way to create a JavaScript object is using an object literal. So here this is creating an object using the object literal. Just here it is equal to, and inside curly braces you have to you have a key value pair. That is your object. Okay, and check it here what you got in the result. So we have to run your files here minus script in JS. So here cmd inside it. We have to okay, it is taking some time, but we have to wait and we will check the outputs here. Okay, now let's see the output in the console. This is copy, open your cmd cd. We have to node here, right? Node mine underscore script underscore 40, and you see here key value pair, guys. This is your here. See your output in the console. The console print the entire object structure. Entire object structure that you have defined here. This is here. This is your object structure, guys. Here with curly braces, as you see here. This is inside curly braces, key value pair, key value pair, key value pair, key value pair. Got it? So here you define your object using object literal. Just it is equal to, then inside the curly braces here we have the key value pair. So this is all about how to create objects, as much as simple. And then creating the object in different way. So you see here we have, I think, 4 ways to create a object literal. First object here, first object literal like this one. Then second it is here multi-line object, empty object and 8 property letters. Then using new keyword. You see here. Now this is time to focus on this one. Okay, third topics, creating object in different ways. Method 1, method 2, method 3. Multi-line objects, empty object and 8 properties later using new objects. So first one, let's explain here. For better readabilities, we usually write object in the multiple lines. Here write student info. Okay, this is here. It is equal to, then inside it here we have to write in the first name. This is here first name. It is Alice. And then last name what get, and then age. Here Alice says 19-year-old. Course ABC. Got it? So it is all info about your Alice. Alice name, and it says and he has all the course ABC. So let me check it here. If you console.log, it will print your entire objects. This is your object name, student info. When we have to again execute your files, you got your results here. What? First name Alice, last name gets age 19, course ABC. So this is a multi-line object here. You see here, first line, second line, third line, fourth line. That is multi-line objects. Alright. For better readability, we usually write object in the multiple lines. Then next here empty object and 8 properties later. Here first I am going to create empty objects. Okay. Here we can also create an object first and then dynamically 8 properties later on this is a useful when data comes from users or API from the server. So let's do this here, guys. It is very simple. Const, this is employee, this is here employee profile, then we will write here employee profile. First here you see empty object here. So this is a here we've created empty object. Here this is a here inside curly braces. Here we have no any key value here. Got it? So this is a empty object here. This is empty object, guys. Here, this is a here inside it. Here we don't have any key value here. So that's why it is empty objects. This is your object name. Got it? So this is empty object, and then and 8 properties later on. So that's why now this is your object name. Now here we have to going to it the properties dot name, then it is equal to it is area, this is here area, then employee profile dot, this is positions, here designer, this is here designer. Right. Then also it the real salary 45k, employee dot salary, it is equal to 4500. Then let me console the log and print your employee profile. So you see this is another way to create your objects. And how? Empty object. First you have to create empty object. You see this is empty object. Now later on we have to add key value here like name and its value ria. Now we have to add inside this object. Now here position and its value designer we have inside object empty object, put it here. Then here we have salary and its value 45k we have to put inside it, and then console log. Then you see now all this key value here we have in this empty objects, and check it here. So how it's work? You see name ria, position designer, salary 45k. Got it? So this is another method to create your object. Here creating first empty object, this is empty objects, then it properties later on. So you see this name and its values ria, here key, position and its value designer, key, salary and its value 45k. And then what you have to do next, method third, using new objects. So this is here, this is here what happened. Here we added properties after creating the object. First creating the object, then later on we will add in the its key value pair, properties. And then here using the new method, here there is another way using the object constructor. So here find the const product, it is equal to new, this is object here, then inside it we write the name and that is laptop, this is here laptop and its price 70k, 70 here 70, here item brand, and that is Dell. Okay, then we took console.log, not console.log, and you put it here your product details, and you got it your entire object in the console. Here in the terminal you see your name laptop, price 70k, brand Dell. Got it? So this is another way to create a object. This works perfectly fine. But in the latest JavaScript, in the modern JavaScript, we prefer object literal syntax because it is cleaner and faster. Here you don't need to create in your project create object like this because it is slower. Okay, it is slower compared to this literal objects here. This one guys. Okay, in the project here you have always prefer this method to create any object. Got it? You don't use this one here like using the constructor here. You don't use this one to create your objects. Okay, this is recommended here. So you have to always follow the first method, that is a object literal. Always you have to prefer object literal to creating any objects. Keep in mind. The next is here how to access your key value pair. This is your object. Suppose this is your object. Now here I want to print this name values, and here name. I want to this values. I want to this values. I want to this values. So how to get your access value from the objects? It is very simple. We have two methods. First, it is here. Here accessing object properties. About properties here. This is your properties. First, this is first properties name. Okay, here and its values. Second property, third property. Now I want to access here this values. So here accessing object properties. Properties means this one. First, second properties, third properties, and there are two methods: dot notations and bracket notation to access your object properties. So let's first focus on dot notations. Okay, first method here. Okay, here now this is time to focus on fourth topics. This one. Okay, so accessing object properties here. Dot notation is the most common way to access object properties. We use the object name followed by the dot and then the property names. Property name what? Key. So let's try to do here. I want to access here this values. So let me remove this. Here we will work on these things. Okay, here even we can copy paste and use it here. That is fine. Then try to access here. Here I want to name. I want to access the name. This one key. This is your name. Your property's name. This is name. Then price brand. So let's try to access here. So here I want to access the name properties. So this is here. You have to copy this and here dot notation. Here dot notation means this is here. You have to put dot. This dot. And then name. Your property's name. First it is name. So you have to check it here. You got your value what? Laptop. And you see it is laptop. Here you have to focus on this one. Even it is very simple. If you want, you have to write here name. Now it is easy to understand here. This is here laptop. Got it? Similarly, this is okay. Here again, if you want to access in the price properties, here you have to go inside product details and dot, using the dot notation. So let me here, even you can try this because it is simple. This price. So here let's name it price, and then we will write the price. So check it here. Here you see it is your price. Good. So it is all about how to access your object properties. It is simple using the dot notation. Here dot your property's name, that is name. Your property's name, that is price. Your property's name, that is a brand. Got it? So I hope you got the ideas. Now next about bracket notations. Here bracket notation allows us to access properties using the square bracket. Using the square bracket and the property name as a strings. Properties name as a string. So copy this here. I mean only this one. This. Copy this and remove the comment. Then try to access here. How you can access that thing. Here we will write console.log product details. Then you see here our definition. Here bracket. This one is square bracket, guys. And inside here you have to write your property name. That is price. This is your price. Got it? So you see bracket notations means this is your bracket. Got it? This is square bracket, and inside it here we have to put your properties. Then you have to put your properties name here. Inside a string you have to check here. You must put inside a string. This is here. This price. Put inside a string, and then here you have to check it here. You got it, your output. This is 70. Got it? So I hope you got the ideas. Okay, here this is a useful when property name are dynamic or contain spaces. Got it? Then we have to next about fifth topic, JavaScript object method. Here an object method is a function stored inside object as a properties. It defines the action that the object can perform. So here let me explain. Here let me create another example. Const bank account is equal to inside here, right here, account holder, that is that is gen. Then here we will write in the balance is 20k. Now this is your check balance, not a function event, it is here you to define the function. Then inside here we have to return your balance. Here's your balance plus this dot balance. Okay, I think spelling mistakes. This is here. Now this is here account holder Jane, balance 20k. Then check the balance. So this is your object method. So you see here we have the object method. Here in this key we have to assign a value, that is a function. This is a regular function, not a arrow function. If you put a arrow function here, then this keyword, it is not access to this values. Okay, so that's why here we have to put or use your regular function like function keyword parenthesis, then inside the curly braces. Got it? So as much as simple. Then here let me consider the log. This is here bank account dot check balance, and tell me what you got in the result here. First let me here explain this. Here this is check balance is a method. This is here check balance. Here you have to focus on this one. You see here properties, check balance, and strings, it return values. Here this is check balance is a method. Then here this dot balance refer to the balance property of the same object. This is our objects. Okay, then inside here this keyword, it refer to the balance. Here this one refer to the balance property of the same object. The keyword in this refer to the object calling the methods. This keyword. Now so tell me what you got here result. We got here your balance, that is 20k. So execute and you see your result. You got it your check balance. Okay, you got it your functions. Here's something going wrong, but what? Okay guys, I know that this is a method. So here we have to just referencing your method. You have to execute, otherwise you just got your function. You see now this is time to execute and you got your balance. Your balance is 20k. Got it? So this is all about, this is here your balance. Now it is looking very good. So this is about your JavaScript object method. Here you have to method check balance and its value. This is a functions. Here you have to always use a regular function, not a like arrow functions if you want to use in this keyword. Then you're understanding this keyword. Now this is time to understand your this keyword topic 6. This is here understanding this keyword in JavaScript object, and this keyword refer to the object that is currently, okay, here this keyword refer to the object that is currently executing the method here. So it is very simple. I already explained that things here, but again I'm going to explain. This is here const. Here you have to write teach. This is here teacher. Input is equal to inside it here Mr. Sharma. Then subject, it is mathematics. Got it? Here it is mathematics, right in the comma. Then here introduce function. Here you will return hello I am plus this is here this dot name plus and teach. This is here plus this dot subject. Got it? So here this is your method. Okay, understanding this keyword. Here this dot name, here access this one key. Okay, in the same object, guys. Okay, we have to access only the same object. Here we process only the same objects. Here this dot name means teacher info dot name. Here this dot name means teacher info dot name, means this one. Okay, let me, here if you want you have to console.log. This is console.log teacher info dot, copy this info. So this is here about, you got it. I know you have to execute your function, not just reference. So now this is time to what your result. Hello, I am Mr. Sharma and it is the mathematics. So this is all about your this keyword. Here why objects are important, and then this simple things here. Here objects are the foundation of JavaScript because they allow structured data organization and are used in the almost every advanced JavaScript like APIs, classes, and frameworks. So that's why it is very necessary in JavaScript area object. Okay, in JavaScript everything is object. Here area object, functional object, that here dates are object, math is an object, almost everything, almost everything except primitive values is in objects. Okay, almost everything is JavaScript except primitive values is in object. Then we have the primitive versus object. This is here. A primitive data type store only a single simple value and does not store multiple values like objects. A primitive data type store only a single values, not a multiple value like the objects. Object it is also a variable, just it hold the multiple values. Okay, but primitive only hold one values. So JavaScript has 7 primitive types: strings, number, boolean, big, internal, undefined, simples. Okay, so here let me, here we have a simple example. Let user's name is equal to, it is log, let age is equal to 24, then console.log username. Okay, just it is username because it is primitive values. Also we have to console.log age, and tell me what you got your result. Rahul and 24. These are primitive values, they are not object. Okay, primitive value are not object. Almost everything object, but primitive value are not object. Okay, so this is here. Let me try to, and you see Rahul and 24. Got it? Got it? So here in JavaScript almost everything object except primitive values is an object. Got it? So this is all about object pre introduction. Later on we will go deeper with JavaScript objects. Got it?